Getting vaccinated is the most effective way to prevent oneself from contracting several or various diseases. It's the most effective way to protect ourselves from illnesses. And vaccination is done, in order to build immunity and protect our bodies. Now, when children are born, right from 6 months of age or thereabout, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years, even up to 5 years of age, child's early life, vaccinations scheduled, vaccinations or immunizations are scheduled in order to help the child build immunity. Today on Triple F, Facts, Face, and Forum, we want to look at the need to take vaccines or be vaccinated. On Facts, Face, and Forum, today I'll be introducing my guest, a medical doctor, to deal with this issue. After the break, I'll bring her on board. My name is Peace Isaac Yero. My guest today is Dr. Lillian Ochai. She is a resident public physician with the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Luth. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. You've been here for
having me.
a while. Now, in my intro, I did say that vaccinations help build immunity. How is that?
It is a way to build immunity. We like to say it is like a way of artificially inducing immunity, because our body has an immune system that helps to fight against infectious agents and diseases and the likes. But with immunization, we are introducing, these agents into the body to be able to trigger our body's immune response. So whenever a person is exposed to these infectious agents at a later stage in life, they would be able to better be equipped to be able to fight off this infection. So basically that's what immunization is for.
Okay, but immunization doesn't really prevent diseases. It's just to build our immunity.
So it prevents diseases because there are different specific vaccines that are specific to the diseases, right? So when people are immunized, they're immunized specifically against a particular disease. So it is for protection, prevention against those diseases.
Okay.
So yes, as it builds the immunity, it is in case a person is exposed to, for instance, tuberculosis or something, and any other infectious disease later, their immune response to that will be, more active compared to a person that has not been vaccinated.
So there's a possibility that you may contract the disease, but the severity.
Yes, so it is not 100%,
Okay.
but it has, it reduces the effects that the disease would have on an individual. So it gives immunity and increases your defense against that disease, but it's not 100. Doesn't mean that you would not, be exposed to that.
So is it all the diseases that could be prevented through vaccination?
Okay, thank you for that. No. So the vaccinations are mainly for infectious, a couple of infectious diseases, right? So these are diseases that can be contagious, that can be transmitted from maybe a person to a person or through mosquitoes and things like that. So it's mostly for infectious diseases. So we have a couple of them, about maybe 20 or more, that they, prevent these diseases when you are being immunized.
So from birth, at what age should we start and end immunization?
Okay, so from birth, there's a schedule for immunization. So from birth, there's a child is expected to receive 3 vaccines at birth, and then it goes on like that till 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 14 weeks, and then 6 months they get vitamin A, 9 months they get measles, yellow fever, then they still have to keep coming till about 5 years. Okay, so basically, a child is to be vaccinated from birth till 5 years.
Okay, now that brings me to one of the diseases that we will be talking about today, the vaccination of that disease, which, the Lagos State government wants to, embark on come October. And that is the HPV, that is the human papillomavirus disease. Now, why is this vaccine not scheduled like the early years of a child's life? Why does it have to wait till a child or a girl is probably 9 or 10?
Okay, so just like we mentioned earlier, they have different schedules based on research and everything that has been done, and there are specific times that people should receive, these vaccines. Just like measles, yellow fever, they only receive at 9 months and they don't take before then, and the other ones too are also scheduled. So for human papillomavirus, this is the age group is between the vaccine rather the age group is between 9 to 14, and we are giving it at this age range because we want to prevent cervical cancer, and the vaccine is best effective when given before they are sexually active. So it's usually common among people that are sexually active because it's a sexually transmitted infection. So why we are doing it at this age range is because we want to, achieve, high level of immunization and herd immunity and things like that, so that before they get sexually active, their chances of getting this infection is greatly reduced.
So, and there's also a question that, well, it's not just a child, a girl child, that is sexually active at about that age. The boys too.
Yeah,
It takes two to have sex.
exactly.
So why is it that it's the girls that are the concentration?
Okay.
Why not the boys?
Yes, that's a very good one. So the immunization, the part of the campaign we're having is to prevent cervical cancer, right? And the reason why the focus is on the girls right now is because a man doesn't have a cervix biologically, so it is basically just found in the female reproductive system. So the way to prevent this is by focusing on the women, because for a man to have cervical cancer is almost impossible. So to prevent cervical cancer, we have to focus on the females because they are the ones that are more at risk, right? So males can also get this human papillomavirus, but with the focus being on cervical cancer in this case, and we have seen that it is the second leading cause of death among women, and it is also globally the most common cause of sexually transmitted infections, and it accounts for the main cause of cervical cancer. So this is why we are focusing on that, and saying that we want to give girls that are 9 to 14 this vaccination.
Now let's talk about this myth
Okay.
surrounding HPV
Right.
vaccine. A lot of people believe or think that there is a plan to stop children or girls from having children when they grow to adulthood. That is one of the things that this vaccine does. Can you debunk that fact?
People definitely have different misconceptions and things like that, but I think I also heard that one, and I think what raised the concern mainly was why target was females and not both boys and girls. So basically, like I said earlier, the reason is because we are trying to prevent cervical cancer, and it is becoming a very common thing, that and cancer is something that when it is not detected early enough, it can cause death eventually, and it is something that once it starts to spread, there's not much that anyone can do about it. And you get to spend a lot of money on chemotherapy and surgery and all that. So it is best preventable. So the reason why we are focusing on girls, like I said, is because it is the human papillomavirus is one of the main causes of cervical cancer, and in a way to prevent this, we have vaccines for that. So that is why we are saying, okay, people should have this. We are not making boys the focus right now because, like I said, cervical cancer occurs in women. So we want our girls to be able to have this vaccine to prevent any cases of cervical cancer in the future. And it also doesn't stop them from also getting checked from time to time, even as they grow older. But it is also a good, like it's a good form of investment into their future, basically. So this is just what we are trying to preach. Like,
Okay, but the vaccine that you are giving, or the Lagos State is administering, is not just HPV vaccine. What are the other vaccines?
this integrated immunization campaign is focusing on yellow fever, measles, and HPV. There's also going to be polio vaccines also. So we already spoke about HPV and why we need to, give that. For yellow fever, it's a viral disease that is also a very serious disease that is transmitted through infected mosquitoes. And if a person that is not vaccinated is bitten by these mosquitoes, he would, have yellow fever. So we've noticed that over time, since about 2017, we've had some outbreaks in Nigeria. And this year, from January till the end of July, we've had 1,524 cases from different local government areas across the states, including Federal Capital Territory. So it is important that, and why we want to do this in Lagos, Lagos is densely populated, and we have a lot of people coming in and out of Lagos frequently. So it makes Lagos, particularly vulnerable to, having outbreaks from yellow fever. And so this is why we are also focusing on that. And for measles, it is a childhood killer disease. It is also very infectious, highly contagious, and it can be prevented. There's the vaccine that they are expected to receive at 9 months. So children that don't receive this vaccine, are vulnerable for at risk of being infected if an outbreak were to occur. There's not any news that there's an outbreak of measles right now, but we are noticing that some people, newborns, are missing their routine immunizations, and as they are missing it, we're having higher numbers of children that are unimmunized. So it means that there might be some outbreak lurking around. So to avoid that is also why Lagos is, adding measles vaccine to this campaign.
And this immunization, the vaccines are to be administered free of charge?
Yes, they're to be administered free of charge at every public health facility in Lagos, public hospitals and the likes. Then they'll also be going to schools, people's homes. They'll also be going to workplaces, religious.
Is it going to be like the polio vaccine? During immunization, that you see these people wearing polio and carrying this thing, and then going from home to home?
Yes. So they will be doing that, yes. And then people can also go to, like I said, primary health centers around them. And we have a couple around your area, so anyone around them, people can go there to get these vaccines. And also there's age range for eligibility.
Okay.
So I should say that, yeah. So for the polio vaccine, from 0 to 59 months, that's just under 5 years, they're eligible. For the yellow fever, 9 months to 44 years. So adults are also included in that one.
Okay.
So that's the only one that adults are going to be eligible for doing this. So 9 months to 44 years for yellow fever. For measles, 9 months to 59 months. So that's also under 5 or from 9 months.
I'm wondering why all of a sudden Lagos State is paying so much attention and wanting to reach out to people. Because I know immunization is always paid for in hospitals the moment children are given birth to, begin to take. So why the sudden interest? Is it like this is one of the dividends of democracy that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu wants to give Lagosians?
It's basically something that before now it's been of major concern, because immunization is doesn't only help us as individuals, it helps our families and also helps the community at large. So there's this thing we call herd immunity. So in a region where there's a lot of people that are vaccinated, that community is somewhat safer compared to another that has less people that are immunized, because as it reduces the chances of being infected, it also reduces the chances of spreading the infection, and then less people are infected. So it is basically just to protect everyone. So why we are doing this now is to prevent outbreaks. Yeah, like I mentioned that for measles we noticed that some people are not keeping up with their routine immunizations and missing it, and if an outbreak comes up it will spread like faster. So to prevent outbreaks and to just let everyone know, because these vaccines are available, but because some people are not aware of this, and like some of these myths and misconceptions that you talked about, they just don't want to have it. So this is also a way of providing accurate information, and so that people can know that this is actually very important for them, and they are not only doing themselves a favor, but they're also helping people around them and those that they love also.
So when is this going to happen?
Yeah, so it's going to happen October, starting from October 19th to 2nd of November.
So at those dates, anybody can just go into any health center.
Yes, any primary health
The schools should get ready
Yes.
and prepare to come to people's homes to make themselves and their children available to be vaccinated.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Lillian Ochai. And I must say, yes, this is something that is laudable. They said early detection is a key to surviving it. So make yourself available. Today, on our market survey segment, our focus will be on potatoes, sweet potatoes specifically. Potatoes are very healthy. In fact, some people prefer potatoes to yam and all of that because of the health benefits. And it's also pleasing that potato is in season right now and is a little bit cheap, or a bit more affordable than beans, of course, and sometimes maybe unlike yams too. So you can take advantage of the cost of potato to consume lots and lots of it. So let's go into the market with Ramat and see what potatoes are like now.
We are exploring the world of perishable foods. Today, on Market Survey, our focus is on beloved staple foods, sweet potatoes, renowned for their rich flavor, versatility, and numerous health benefits. Sweet potatoes are a favorite in many households. We are eating the streets to hear from the people about their preferences, price, preparation methods, and some of its health benefits.
No, I like fried potato. Apply with stew.
Expensive. I don't have choice. Anyone I see, I buy it.
Price is cheap. This small one na 1,000 naira, and this big one is 2,000 naira. The past price I'm selling it, the 1,000 naira one I'm selling it 200 naira, but the 2,000 naira one I'm selling it 500 naira.
Cook, fry, anyone, potato is potato, anyhow you cook it. I enjoy it that way.
It gives me that sweetness that I cannot find in other substitute like yam and then other food items.
How best do you enjoy your sweet potatoes served?
Before now, when I boil potatoes, my children will resist. But you know, because of the cost of food now, you must eat. Oh, anything I give you, better eat. So now I boil it and I fry it. I do all sorts with it, and we enjoy it. It's available right now, and it is affordable. Thank you, Ramat. Now, on our entertainment segment, you know, in the music industry, both in secular music and in gospel music, there has been a lot of collaboration among artists, music artists. And it's really, really, really bringing up a lot of Nigerian talents. So today, on our entertainment segment, we want to explore the power of collaboration among music artists.
Make your body come, my body make a cool my tension. I'ma give me a
Music has long been a universal language, bridging gaps and bringing people together like no other art form can. Behind every great melody, rhythm, and lyric, there is a story of collaboration and partnership. From iconic duets to genre-defined fusions, collaboration and partnership has always been the backbone of musical innovation.
The importance of collaboration actually fosters love and quality art among colleagues and peers. And sometimes we have blocks, and sometimes we just cannot get to that state of heart we are trying to get to. So we kind of collaborate with other artists who are much more inclined in such art to improve our art and bring out the authenticity that we are trying to get to.
The idea of collaboration is reaching different audiences, reaching audiences that you have and you reaching my audiences. So as a producer, it's very important to collaborate.
From creative differences to ego clashes, let's see some of the challenges of partnerships and collaborations.
Not every artist is willing to work with other artists. There are A-list, there are B-list, C-list and D-list. So sometimes when we are not even in the D-list, I'm still an upcoming artist. So to approach a D-list or a C-list, to have a recording session together, it's a lot of task. You need to bring them to the studio, you need to pay them, you need to take care of them, and sometimes you might not be on their schedule.
Collaboration knows no boundaries. It brings together emerging and established artists, blends genres, and pushes the limits of creativity. It is a testament to the power of partnership and the magic that happens when talented individuals come together with a shared vision. Let's continue to celebrate and foster collaboration in the music industry.
Thank you so much for being part of today's edition of Fact, Face and Forum. It's been entertaining, of course, and the information has been very superb. Thank you for being my guest. You're the most important. I'll see you again next week on Facts, Face and Forum. Hopefully, yes, we will be talking about something much more interesting. My name is Peace Isaac Hiroko. It's my pleasure being here, and thank you for being my guest. See you again. Bye for now.